Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Couch Potato Queens, covering The Challenge, Season 38, Ride or Dies. I am Steven. I am joined with Doug today. How are you doing, Doug?
I'm doing pretty well. I don't know. It's a weird Monday. Monday's always a weird energy, but here we are. Now we're like halfway since this episode aired and halfway into the next one. So I'm excited to talk about it with you.
Yeah, I just watched it last night.
Okay,
out of the country for a week, and I even tried to watch it like in the Dominican Republic on my YouTube TV app because I had it recorded, and it said this show is not available in your country.
It said, like, no, ma'am. Not for you, Steven. You're gonna have to wait.
I know, so I hated that. I had to mute anything hashtag the challenge, hashtag the mole, hashtag AHS. I'm like, I've got to mute everything on Twitter. I'm like, all of my shows in 1 week that are either starting, finale, or yeah.
How well did you do that? Did anything get spoiled for you?
No.
Oh, good. That's impressive. I feel
surprising.
Yeah.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
Yeah. So nothing got spoiled as far as anything too juicy, but yeah. We had our first episode, full episode with the Banana Man.
Banani. Yes, it was a very banani heavy episode for sure too. It was like
Sophie, we were doing this today because I was out of the country last week, and now I'm back.
But we are going to plan on covering it this Thursday. So
yes.
And every Thursday going forward. So that is the plan. So
stay tuned, Sophie. Yeah, but the Banana Man was back. Gosh, we really needed that. I'm ready to see what he can stir up. But I did think it was kind of weird not really seeing Bananas with, like, I don't see him with a rival. He's always has at least one.
Yeah.
Of some sort. And that part was a little odd to me.
I mean, do you think that they're trying to force upon us but it doesn't seem like it kind of was a Dev and Bananas rivalry, but that doesn't seem to be there anymore. It's like they're together. So I don't know if someone needs to step up and because Bananas really isn't fun if he doesn't have a rivalry.
And I kind of picked up on that.
I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah, it is kind of like a missing dynamic, I feel. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I agree with you.
I was watching through, and I'm like, why does no one hate him?
I was still having, I mean, I love him and hate him, but yeah. Someone has to step. He's going to piss someone off.
I mean, I think he at least knows to put the producer hat on and piss somebody off. I mean, we don't tune into MTV for nice guys.
Steven, are you saying you want Josh? You want Josh, don't you? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. I think you've been saying it for a few weeks now, is that you want Josh.
Did I just say that?
I think you might. It's okay.
Girl.
Yeah, no,
I was just, when I saw that Bananas and Devin were going to be on the same season, I'm like, great. I was ready to see that, hashed out again. And instead, I mean, we get roommates.
Yeah.
Roomies.
Yeah. Yep. The good old Devin and Bananas roomies.
I'm just like, come on. I listened to Tori and Anissa's podcast, and they had him on as their guest. And then I listened to Banana's podcast, and he had Nany on as his guest.
Okay.
But he had said that, I guess he talked to Wes, and Wes said, no, Devin is, he's good. He doesn't really want to have the beef with you. I'm like, so your ex-rival is trying to make your rival become your new ex-rival. Like, stop. I don't know. That was I'm like, so Wes is the reason that you and Devin are bunkmates now?
Yeah,
I don't recognize
I don't
this.
know. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't seem like Johnny even really has any like ongoing beef with anyone right now. Like even if Wes were to enter that house, I feel like they would probably work together.
Yeah, they absolutely would.
You know,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. And I don't know if you saw. Did you happen to see the global, like, for the Challenge
Yes,
USA?
the spoiler. Yes,
for the cast.
For the cast, yes, I did.
Well, it looks like Wes and Johnny are going to be reunited soon enough.
Yeah. I was very interested with that. I didn't know it was going to be like that. I thought it was just going to be. So I'm very curious as to how that format is. So is it just the world versus MTV basically, or is every team like for itself?
They have
individual. Like
I think they have.
I'm so confused.
They have maybe like 6 to 8 people from MTV, like guys and girls, and then they have like maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe like 2 or 3 from the Challenge, like CBS edition, and then they have others from like the Argentina, UK, and Australia. But they also brought back some hybrids, like Jenny West is.
Yeah,
I guess I'm like, oh, I guess she's UK, and then Theo.
I did see that.
I'm just like, oh, Kyle didn't get a call. Like of every hybrid they could have used, Kyle didn't get a call.
Kyle's busy. Kyle's just doing his own thing for a while. I'm fine with a little Kyle break because when he comes back, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, sure. So I did find it funny when Bananas gets into the house. He's like less than an hour later, after Devin makes a joke about Turbo, Johnny's like, "Hey, Turbo, you haven't killed anyone yet, have you?"
Yeah. I told you. When are these people going to learn not to try to make a joke towards Turbo? Just don't talk to him. Like it's just going to end well. It's not going to end well.
Don't do it. I mean,
yeah,
Turbo, I want to beat you up there.
God. Also, I am just. Can we just say I'm so glad that we're done with Turbo already. Like I thought that the decision to bring him back made no sense. There's no benefit of having him on the show. It's just like, I don't know. I would be so uneasy if I was in that house with him. And yeah, I mean, not to get to the end already, but I'm just so glad that we don't have any more Turbo that we have to deal with this season. And that you can tell the whole house feels that way too, obviously.
Like it was bad this season. I mean, no, I thought the first episode was a little bit enjoyable for viewers, but it wasn't even giving me any type of entertainment whatsoever. I mean,
no, yeah, it's not enjoyable.
He seems. I don't think it's just the hair, but he's very different. I mean, he was the way he is now on the last few seasons he did, but he just seems a little, I don't know, like he cranked the dial up a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's sad because it feels like it's like all rooted in this like toxic masculinity, like,
Yeah,
you know, like, and the fact that he is just so can't see that. And like, also you would have thought that he would have been like watching, like knowing this, like at some point, do you mature? Like, how do you not see these seasons back and like realize that that's something that you should work on and that like you need friends? Obviously this elimination showed that. I don't know. It's just kind of sad and also scary. I don't know.
It's a little scary.
It's a little scary.
To be honest, I honestly don't think he probably has even watched any of the challenge, like even the ones he was on. And even his own seasons, I bet you anything he hasn't even watched his own seasons. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I would not surprise me at all.
He would only watch the parts where he won.
He probably watched the final of War of the Worlds 1. That's it.
He
That's
watches
it.
it before he goes to bed every night, and then that's all he
Like
watches.
literally, that's it.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So that was, yeah. He hasn't had a good scene yet, as far as in light of himself.
Yeah, and yeah,
And
I think this is
unfortunately, I
hopefully
don't
the
think
end of
it's.
Turbo.
Yeah, I don't think it's production trying to make a villain out of him either. He's doing this. He's doing it by himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Johnny and Nany get settled in. Did you know that Nany and Laurel were as close as they are? I didn't. I don't think I ever really realized that, but it's seeming like it's a lot closer than I thought. Now,
Nany and Laurel.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking back, and I don't really ever remember Nany and
but
Laurel.
is it as strong as Nany and Michele?
Don't even
Because
get me started
clearly
on that.
Michele feels as though she is Nany's like closest sister or something. And I don't know when that happened either, but yeah. Because did you know that? I mean, or like
No, and
how much of that was Michele maybe playing into it? Like was it, I don't know. Was it any bit strategic? What do you think?
I honestly don't think it was strategic. I don't think it was.
I
She
think
seems
yeah,
like
and she seemed like she was like legitimately hurt, and so I don't know. That's crazy to like think if it really hurt her that badly. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean,
Not to jump around, but
I
here we
followed
are.
last season as far like I followed the whole just like what they were doing afterwards and like them hanging out, and I never really saw. I mean, I saw them together maybe when they were filming the aftermath shows. Like a lot of them went to New York to film that, but there was I mean I keep up with their social media, or at least did last year, and I never saw the two of them kikiing with each other. I mean, what, she's
I
had
think it's
Casey the whole time.
yeah. I think it's probably though that Michele like just felt that there were other options. So like at least even having like a base friendship, there should have been like some respect and like aspect of like this is the second week and I know I have a friendship with you and there's other options in this house and you still chose to pick me. And I do think that Nany deserves a little bit of like she didn't really push back on Johnny at all. She just went with whatever Johnny wanted and like didn't realize that she could have kept a good relationship with Turbo too if she really wanted to. But like I don't know, I didn't feel like she had much agency in this decision and just kind of let Johnny decide who was going to go up there.
I mean, she wants to get taken. I wouldn't say get taken to the end. I mean, she did put in some work, but yeah, as far as like the interrogation, jumping ahead, but maybe she had a little bit of pushback, but I don't even see it. Like,
yeah, I didn't see. I don't know. It just seemed like, especially, I don't think she really even realized that she should consider the fact that she has a friendship with Michele. So I do think it wasn't like a conscious,
unless she
like
didn't think that she
decision,
did
like a
have one.
malicious thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It was just kind of weird.
That was
the way that all played out.
That was all really, really weird for me.
Yeah.
It was weird. But so we have a little like segment of a little like mental health check-in with Tori and Devin.
Yes.
And damn, production is just it's doing her dirty, because you're gonna have a whole segment on literally her saying that she's taking antidepressants and in a much better place than she was, just talking about how much better it's become. And you're gonna, on the same episode that you bring in her ex-fiance.
Seriously, like I was just like feeling for her. I was like, oh, I'm like glad that she's, getting some healing. And it seems like, she's taking some time for herself and she's been able to have that like healing aspect. And then, yes, exactly what you're saying. Like, oh, but now we know that this is she's going to have to start facing this thing that she didn't really want to face yet. And that's just that I do feel for Tori there.
It's the one time I've ever kind of felt for Tori.
I
the
felt
one
for Tori
time.
a few times, but I do really feel for her in this. I mean,
Yeah,
early Tori was good too. There was a time.
I don't know which one was
Tori's like
more.
first few seasons too.
I
I
like.
don't know.
I liked her. I liked her in War of the Worlds too. I thought she was kind of real then, but I thought. I don't. No comment.
All right.
No comment. Okay, so we go to the daily,
Yes.
and I like this one. I thought it was. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Definitely difficult,
Um.
but it
Yeah, it
starts
definitely
off.
was difficult. Go
But
ahead.
it starts off with TJ saying, "Nom had to go."
Oh my god.
This
Why?
dude.
I still don't understand like why they even bothered to edit him in because they've clearly edited a lot of stuff out. So what was the purpose of even leaving Nam in for the 1 second that he was there?
He got one confessional with the
Yes.
background. One.
Why? Why?
And
I just
apparently,
don't get it.
TJ, apparently, according to Tori and Anissa's podcast, well, they cut out the scene of him like saying, "Hope to see you never." And apparently he went hard on her. He was apparently he was a little too ruthless, but like he went in on
Ooh.
Emmy.
Well,
I'm like,
did they say like why or like what Emmy was feeling, why she really felt that she needed to quit or go home?
she said, "This ain't for me." She didn't realize that it was like some like athletic like competition. She was like,
Girl, what do you think this was?
apparently like the way
Did no
that
one explain it to her?
really, I guess she's been on a lot of like German reality TV, and I don't know if production thought, oh well, she's been on enough, this will work. No, and maybe she was an alternate, so
well,
but I mean, explain the game a little
bye,
bit.
Nom.
Let them watch. 3 strikes. You're
Do you think they're gonna bring him back again? I just feel like I feel like he's cursed. Just like, what's the point? Just don't. Just give up, Nom. Just be like, if they call you, be like, no. I like clearly this isn't working out. This is not working out for me. I'm just not gonna do this anymore. Don't call me.
The luck that man has. That's so bad. So this one, it's called Balancing Act, and this this definitely looked tough.
Yeah, I like this challenge. I agree with you. I think it was fun. I did think the little like level thing in the middle was a little janky though. Like, can we get? I don't know.
It was definitely a little jankster. It was. Only 4 teams completed it.
And I wish they had to like hold it in that zone for like 10 seconds or something. It seemed very subjective when they were just like, "Oh, yep, it hit it. It's good." But
that's what I thought. The moment like it was like I think TJ like was the one to decide, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised there wasn't some explosion as they. Thank God that they're going away from that.
You don't like the explosions? Come on, Steven.
It was becoming too much.
I like the explosions every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
But yeah, I mean, this challenge was basically having to balance it and level it. Really wasn't. It was once you get on the board or you don't. So like I thought that whole aspect of making it be perfectly balanced really didn't matter. But yeah, I like this challenge and the fact that only 3 teams completed it. So it seemed like it was like a well-designed challenge from that standpoint. Yeah, I thought it was good. I did not think that Johnny and Nany were gonna win though. I don't know why. I just didn't feel like they had. But they did.
I don't know. When I saw something about with the editing of that, I'm thinking, but like you said, it was subjective. I really wonder, like TJ said, it came down to seconds. And I mean, we know how the challenge is with their time results.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess I could see it because who else were the other two that finished? Horatio and Olivia,
Yeah,
right?
and
then Tori and Devin, right?
yeah.
And
Did Casey,
Casey and Kenny. Yeah, I do think they finished it.
which,
Yeah, I think it was all four.
Yeah, Casey's back.
Like, well, another dumb edit. Like, why even show her leaving? Well, I guess she had to because Nany was there, so they had to. Yeah, that had to all play out. But
it's like it
just
blows
so
it blows my
weird.
mind that because Casey gets COVID, they bring in a replacement team. That team doesn't want to continue, so they bring back the original team. They replace the replacement with the original.
Yes.
It's like, holy shit.
So what do we think happened here? Do you get any explanation? Did they like have a false positive? Did they
Oh no, Nany
recover?
Casey, recovered. Casey straight up got COVID.
Okay.
And
they didn't that was only like a week?
Well,
why was there a week between the first challenge and the second challenge?
There was a second quarantine that happened within the first episode.
So they all had to go in quarantine. So
yeah,
before they
it was before at some point it was either before elimination or maybe even before the first daily. Yeah, because that's when
I mean, okay, that would make sense because I was like, how could she come back that quickly if she had COVID? But that would make sense then.
Yeah, they did like a small quarantine, and then I guess for those who did test positive, they had a longer quarantine. But I really wonder if Emmy and Nam wouldn't have quit if they still would have figured out a way to bring Casey in, because I don't see production just not having the Nany Casey storyline.
Yeah, they want the Nany Casey storyline for sure. And I mean, so do we, right? Do we want it?
I mean, Nany makes me like Casey a little bit more than I did. But if they ever broke up, bye Casey. But I honestly don't see that happening.
I would be team Nany for sure.
Yeah, but I guess Nany definitely must have loved finally I don't know, winning and beating her girlfriend. Doesn't happen too much. But I was proud of Nany. I thought she did well. I'm glad she can. She needs any kind of win she can get.
It had to be really validating to just come in the first episode and win. Like that's a really nice entrance for both of them. I also liked in this challenge how much TJ was loving on Horatio. He was so in love and impressed with what Horatio was doing, and I was like, "Back off, TJ! Jesus!"
I know we all see it.
I mean, yes. Also, it's interesting. While I was watching this challenge, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's Fessy." I feel like we haven't seen or talked about Fessy at all. Like that could be the rival. I would think maybe to Bananas. I could see Fessy and Bananas going after each other. Do you think they're going to work together?
It's the way that the pairings are that makes me really question. I would have assumed that, but it's just because of all of the Big Brother linkage. Like you have like Bananas and Nany, but Casey's Nany's girlfriend,
right?
So you have them, and then there's Fessy and Mariah. He's linked to that too. Then you even throw in like, what do they call them? The Vacation Alliance with Tori and Devin.
Yeah.
And so it's all just kind of linked together. I don't really see. I'm trying to.
We gotta see a fracture at some point, though. It's going to happen.
Maybe I could see.
It's got to.
Maybe Nelly T. I wonder. I could see. I don't know. Fessy without Josh.
I don't know.
We're not seeing much of it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But good job, Nany and Bananas. Banani.
Good job, Nany and Bananas, I suppose.
So
also, I had written down real quick because it happened during this challenge. Nelson speaking of Nelly too, Nelson, he says some of the weirdest things. He says, "Yeah, we both put one leg in at a time, and we're zipping up our pants together." I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
He says some weird shit,
We're
and then he's
both
talking
putting
about
one pant in or one leg in, and we're zipping up our pants together. I'm like, what? But my mental image of that was just like, what are you even talking about?
and then he hits us. He
He's
hits us
so
with
weird.
the Daddy Devin on
Yes.
the like.
Oh God.
Can you stop?
Please stop. Ugh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
his-
That was the only other thing that I had written down from that show.
Every episode he says something. I'm like,
Right.
Did you proofread that before you said it?
Yes.
Jeez. So when they get back to the house, it's just like immediately balls to the walls with Turbo. Just non-stop back and forth.
Okay, so do you think there was anything to gain from Nany doing that and like going up to him and asking that question though?
I've thought about it, and
Like, yeah. What are your thoughts?
I think that she could have maybe. I don't know if there's any wording you can possibly do with Turbo, but I mean he did say that, but I don't know that she should have immediately.
Wait,
done
he
that.
did say that he wanted to go in?
Like
That
in
does
the
not
first
seem like
episode, it's like I don't know
that's
that
not
he may
something
have
that
verbatim.
I don't
said
remember
that.
him saying that.
It's more like when
I
him
don't
and
know
Laurel
why he
had
would say that.
when him and Laurel had the like argument on the boat. He's like, I will go in every week against you guys, like you fuckers, and so it's like
Yes.
I don't know. Nany was definitely reaching, saying that
I mean,
he said
if
he
this-
wants to go in.
If the goal and the strategy was we should throw Turbo in because we want to get rid of Turbo, like totally understand that and respect that. But the way that like it plays out is like, oh no, Turbo said that he wanted to go in, so then Nany asked him if he wanted to go in, and then because Turbo got upset, Nany did throw him in, but they weren't really going to throw him in at the beginning. And it's like, no, like it seems like they were ready to throw him in from the very beginning to me. No? Do you think?
Well, I think when they walked into, like Nany and Bananas walked into Turbo already having some sort of like blow up with
Laurel, yeah.
with Nany's best friend Laurel and Banana's best friend Devin.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm saying though. I think like from the beginning they were always going to throw Turbo in. So this like whole way that Nany approached it with Turbo, I don't know. I think that I mean, I don't know if you could just go up to me like, yeah, we're going to throw you in. I guess that probably wouldn't have gone very well either now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't know. It was just
I mean, she could have said, Turbo, did you actually say that you want to go in? But he didn't. It's like he was never specifically said he wanted to go in that week. Like if you say, I mean, she's taking I don't know, like a hyperbole and trying to make it like valid. She's trying to validate it. And I just,
yeah.
It was
very tense. I did not like the feeling of the conversation.
Very tense. Like, okay, Turbo isn't used to. I don't know that he's used to something like Nany. Like,
yeah,
actually,
there was a few times where I was like, "Oh my gosh, Nany, you are bold and brave." And
putting her finger in his face. I'm like, you
I
tell him,
was
sis.
like, "Girl, dang."
You tell him, sis.
Oof. Yeah, she told him. She told him, and she got him right out of the house. So I give her props for that. That deserves some props.
Yeah, I mean, like,
We'll
and he already came up to Bananas as well. So I mean, like, he's already.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's gone.
Yeah, that was too much. So they go into the deliberation, or not deliberation. This one's called, what do they call this one? Interrogation. And who the four teams are: Raven, Johnny, Olivia, Horacio, Michele, Jay, Turbo, Tamara. And that's when we get the fucking waterworks. I mean,
leave my girl Michele alone, okay? She was hurt. Nany just, I don't know.
But then her
Poor
own
Michele.
her own ride or die says, "Is this how you won Survivor?" Like, I mean, yeah, homegirl was showing off those emotions.
Yeah, she definitely was. I don't know how. Yeah, it was a lot. That was emotional for Michele. I
She's like,
think
if you can't rely on the one person you trust, then what can you do? Like, it was a lot.
I think maybe too. Like, who else? What other girls is Michele close with in the house? Coming
Maybe
into it, did
there's
she really have any like close bonds with any girls? So she probably felt like, okay, I do have a friendship with Nany, so that's like it was probably one of her closest, friendships that she had going into the house. So I think that's probably why she took it so hard too.
Who's on this season? Yeah. But like maybe some Amber-ish, but not,
Yeah, I do think that she could work with Amber.
but
Yeah.
maybe I guess as far as like the vets go, Nany would be it.
I guess who do you think they could have thrown in? Who do you think that I guess, yeah, who would they have thrown in if they didn't throw in Jay and Michele? And I guess I do get the link of Jay already talking with Johnny and like, or that side, like some of the rookies. But I guess I don't know who else they would have thrown in.
Well,
just throw in Tommy and Annalise.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, like that would have been easier. That's what I would have been like if I was Michele. I'd be like, why don't you throw in Tommy and Annalise?
Yeah, that's what I was.
That could have been an easy. Like, I don't think Casey's clamoring for Tommy or like any of the Big Brother people are like, no,
I didn't
we
even
need
think
to keep
about
this.
Oh man, I never even thought about that part that they're Big Brother too. I never even thought about that. I don't.
But do you think they are? I mean, I think that they would if Tommy and Annalise won. I'm sure try to play that angle.
Right. If they won, yes.
I don't know. I feel like they could have thrown in Tommy and Annalise over Jay and Michele, but here we are.
Unless in their minds they're thinking we're going to send Turbo in. Who can beat him? But Johnny also did say he said it on the podcast like
if they thought that Michele and Jay could beat Turbo, that's even more of like a terrible move by Nany. I don't know.
You're not wrong.
I just feel like that's really. You don't wish that on your friend to have to go up against Turbo. You don't wish that on anyone, I feel like. You know what I mean?
You are not wrong. And
so I don't think they were throwing them in because of that. I think it was mostly because of the Jay connection to the other side of the house, which
and Nany does say that. She's like, it's
does.
mainly because of Jay. And I'm like, okay, that part makes sense. But Michele does need to understand, you're linked to him. Like the negative is always going to outweigh like the positive. Like what your ride or die is doing to other people is going to mean more than a friendship you think you might have. Like if they're going against, like it's the negative outweighs the positive. I think. But yeah, maybe it wasn't so much to think that they could beat Turbo, but Johnny did mention how he wanted to like see the dagger situation play out to see like for them to show their cards. So I think that may have been that part, like just showing the cards of who is better than or who's back more than the other.
Yeah, but that's relying on Jay and Michele to get the dagger where they are in the decision-making role, though, too.
Unless he sees those three pairs as working together, which I mean they kind of are.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. We'll see.
That part.
I could also see Horatio and Olivia now working with Benani.
I
Like
can
after,
too.
like it didn't even seem like they were really that mad that they put them in. But like I also feel like Benani gained a lot of respect for them when they went in and won. So like I could see them aligning now going forward. But that
Oh,
would be
I definitely
interesting.
can too. It's like they were one of the only few pairs to finish the daily, and then they win an elimination. But that's to be determined. They kind of won. They kind of won an elimination. Yeah, but
They won an elimination.
yeah, sure. Yeah, but then Turbo's back at it again. I thought this was. It was a little hard.
Turbo can't sit at table. Turbo stand at table.
I mean, he just won't. He won't listen to what anyone has to say about anything. That part has definitely not changed. It's just odd.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know what else to say about Turbo. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, and he's like, Tamara, come. And then Bananas is like, no, stay. She's like, I'm coming. Turbo, I'm coming.
It's ridiculous.
That was a little uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about the Turbo Man anymore. I used to be a fan. I thought I was. But if it's making the audience uncomfortable to watch, it's probably uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine being in the house too. Like if I was a cast member and I knew that I was like going to be on the next season, and they told me a Turbo was going to be on, I was like, be like, why? Can we not?
Well,
Like,
all the podcasts
stop.
said that it was like we saw none of how bad Turbo really was. I'm like, oh God, how much worse could it get?
Yeah, God, that seems terrible. Just stop. No, ma'am, I'm out. Out on Turbo. Bye bye.
Yeah, I'm good.
See ya never.
So they do go out to the little club.
Yes. I hope every week we get a shot of Tommy at the club. Honestly, I'm here for it. Look at him; he's having a great time. Go, Tommy.
And that's why he was cast, so they can get the good club intros.
Yes, Tommy in the club. It's going down.
Yeah, we did. He's like,
get it. Although I feel like that's what Tommy does in any setting. It does not have to be the club. That's Tommy in the grocery store.
I must dance.
That's Tommy, I don't know, going pee. That's Tommy making an omelet.
Well, where is Tommy's partner? Where is his ride or die? Because I haven't seen a lick of her.
She is.
I mean,
anal ice. It comes and goes.
It's barely there.
Anal ice,
Anal ice.
It's never there when you want it.
But we did see a little something blossom between Miss Laurel and Horatio.
I love this little flirt scene. This scene was so flirty and cute. What did you think of it?
Super cute. He was like, I don't really, approach girls. I just kind of wait for them to, or what he's like, I don't really talk to girls. And she's like, well, you're talking to one now.
Laurel's so good at like, I don't know. I just love Laurel.
Yeah, she knows how to do it. But this is not. I had no idea about this little flirt mance. I wonder if it will turn into anything more. There's a couple of flirt mances going on.
How old is Horatio? Do we know?
Well, Olivia is 30, so he can't be too much younger than her since they met in 2014.
I'm looking it up.
27?
I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm looking it up right now.
Because Laurel
26. He's 26.
So, and Laurel is, what, I think 34. She's the average age, 30, 33, 34.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I thought this was, I don't know.
No,
CPQ.
Laurel's 37.
Okay.
Also, did you know Laurel's from Detroit?
Stop. Is she really?
Yeah, Michigan just fucking represents, all right?
Y'all really do.
We do.
You do.
We do. We hold it down over here. You're welcome. You're welcome for all the great things that have come out in reality competition in Michigan, but not Nicole Franzel. We don't blame her.
No, we don't do her.
But yeah, Horatio and Laurel.
But then we do get another little chat at the club, and I'm just like, this is going on too long. Like, Michele, what?
Well,
it's
they did have to like circle back to it. I feel like they did have to have like more of a conversation than in the interrogation. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how many more chapters of this we get. Like, is it going to be an ongoing thing that we get throughout the season? Like this, what is this dynamic going forward between Nany and Michele? You know, I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is any kind of foreshadowing for a. They've got. I bet you anything. Bananas and Nany put them in again. I don't know. This was a really drawn out storyline for them to just leave it here. There's got to be another chapter.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that if, let's say, Michele and Jay win next week, do you think they're throwing in Nany and Bananas?
I don't see the way that Michele is for Nany. I don't see that. Jay would love to, but I don't see Michele doing that unless I have heard about a fight coming up at some point between Michele and, let's just say, a close friend of Nany's. So
I mean, Michele is
it.
clearly like very emotional this season, and when that turns to being fiery, like now we saw it on one side, but when Michele gets fiery, I feel like, I don't know how that's going to end, but I don't know if I want to see fiery Michele. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of it. I don't think. I'll just say that.
I mean,
I don't know.
She's had some. I mean, she's had some. Like, she had beef with Amanda last season, but it was more like after the season once Fessy had been passed around, and that was rough. So
Fessy being passed around is rough.
Spoiler alert, it happens again. It happens again this season.
Oh my god.
I don't get it. More like, who didn't he? There's at least 3 that he at least canoodled with.
All right, Fessy. What's the appeal? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Tall. That's about it.
Tall.
I know. I'm like, I would go for.
We haven't seen like hardly any of Fessy though.
I think
there's been no confessionals. There's been like
he didn't have any.
There's been none of him so far.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Maybe Josh was the only thing giving him any storyline.
There you go again, wanting Josh back. Jeez, Steven. Gosh, it's one season without him, and you're already having these withdrawals. I'm worried about you.
I know, Queen Josh. Am I missing him?
It definitely seems like it. I'm calling you out.
If only. Sorry. Yeah, too bad he just didn't have a ride or die. Can't say that. But we go to the zone. No surprise. They throw Turbo in. No surprise
Yes.
at all. And then we get to the dagger situation, and we draw 2 blanks before Michele and Jay get the safe dagger.
Yes. I was worried about this. I was very worried about this because I was like, I don't know how the other ways it would have played out. Like if Michele and Jay didn't win, were they going to put Michele and Jay in those other 2 teams?
I think they would have had to. Because I mean, they are all of those 3 not rookie pairs, but those pairs they are working together. So
yeah. So basically, they had a 33% chance of staying because if they didn't grab that dagger, they would have went in. You think?
I definitely
Probably. I think you're probably right.
no, I definitely
Yeah,
think so.
it's good that they.
Jelly donuts, you can share with us. Sharing
You
is
better
caring,
share.
Jelly
You gotta
donuts.
share with TJ.
You got to share with
The way
Tej.
TJ was talking about Horatio, I don't know if there's any left for any of us.
Period.
And Laurel too. How much did she eat up of him?
Oh, Laurel. If Laurel's going for it, I would be.
Yeah, it's
I
over
would. I
for
would
us.
touch that. Over. Over.
It is over for the rest of us.
Yeah. No way. But this, I thought it was kind of interesting, like seeing them really have to discuss, like, oh my gosh, like who do we save? But I think this is exactly what Johnny was trying to manipulate to happen.
Yes, I do agree with that. But I don't know. What did you think of this elimination challenge?
I definitely was nowhere close to my favorite, and I mean, it was mix and match. Just find the correct match.
Do you think that production picked this challenge knowing that Turbo was going to go in, knowing that they could get rid of Turbo?
Ooh.
Because I don't think that they have all of these elimination challenges planned out ahead. I do think that they decide which challenge to throw in the elimination in the zone after they kind of know or can feel who's going to be going in. And maybe, hopefully, they realize, like, oh, we could get Turbo out of here. And we know that this was so clearly stacked. It's hard to beat the entire cast helping the other team. So I wonder, like, they weren't going to throw a physical challenge in there. Like, that would be for someone's safety. Like, I would be concerned about, like, could you imagine, like, Turbo in a hall brawl against Jay or something? Like, that's a liability. So I think maybe production knew that and, like, maybe picked this challenge in particular to kind of just be like, okay, let's get rid of Turbo.
I didn't think of that, but thinking of it now, I absolutely agree because only makes sense. Look who comes in at the end of the episode.
Yeah. Or also, maybe the challenge was designed to where no one can help. But then they were like, oh, we can have them help Horatio so that they would win. And if it was 2 other teams, maybe they would have made them not be able to help. I could see either of those things playing out, you know? But either way.
It blows my mind though, like, I guess it's always been this way but you don't really see it on other reality competition shows that, you know, the people who are not playing can basically help, you know, like they can have a voice, they can, you know, like Big Brother would never.
Well, it's interesting because it just happened on Survivor this season, because
really?
normally it doesn't happen in Survivor either. But Survivor, there's 3 separate tribes. And so 2 tribes get immunity and 1 goes to tribal. And in one of the recent episodes, one of the tribes finished with the puzzle and then was helping the other tribe to finish, so that they were kind of similar to this aspect of it. But yeah, you're right. It's not. It's rare that you see that, like, an entire people that aren't even in the competition influencing it so directly like this too.
But it just shows you have to have somewhat of a social game. Like, you've got to have some people riding for you.
Yeah, you should have to have a social game, or the ability to have social conversations to be on the show. Come on, production.
Period. But can we just take a minute and my favorite
What are we taking a minute?
My favorite just like half-second clip of the entire episode.
I'm ready.
My good sis Jack.
We didn't get enough Jack this episode.
We didn't. I'm just
I want more.
Did you bring that?
It's a look.
It's a total look.
It's a mood. It's a look. I'm here for it.
I'm so here.
I want more.
Like, I gagged. I gasped. No, he's always doing it. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I need more of him.
Work.
Yeah, but this, I don't know. This elimination, it was like Turbo was never going to get that, but
I'm honestly surprised he didn't cause more of a stink on the way out. Like, he kind of did just go out, which is surprising, but
maybe with
I think he was just like mad because he knew that it wasn't a physical challenge and that there was nothing he could do.
I think it's more when if he's talked to if he's talked to us any type of certain way, he'll backlash. But I don't think there's not too much. I don't want to say I don't really see him start it, but I think he has bad reactions. But I don't really see him, because if you think about War of the Worlds 2, Jordan definitely instigated that situation. He said it in his confession, like, I'm going to do this to get him wound up. So I think that he just he can't react well at all to anything that comes to him. But I don't see him much as a starting shit. I don't know. I see him more as like a don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what the Jordan Turbo dynamic would have been, though. That would have been even more terrible. I wonder what it would have been, but I also am glad that I don't have to watch it, to be quite honest.
I was curious because I saw when Jordan entered the house, I'm like, please tell me Turbo's in there. Like, don't.
Yeah, they should have had that would have made such a good
walking past each other,
each other, like out into the elimination. Fucking Jordan walks right past Turbo. That was what they should have done.
Yeah,
why wouldn't they have done that? Like, it had to have happened the same night, obviously.
I mean, right after I definitely think, production shows that
production shows safety.
They chose that. Just no, it's definitely.
I mean, that would have been interesting to see.
The writing's on the walls. Okay, Jelly Donuts, Turbo and Lolo.
Oh God.
Who? I would die to see that. Oh my gosh.
No, pass.
Yeah, but all right, I'll take Jack off the screen. God, I'm living for him though.
Forever in our hearts.
Forever. But Hercio and Olivia win. But TJ even like makes the comment saying, he was like, and our winners with the help of some other people, Horacio and Olivia. I'm like, yeah, they got the help. But again,
that cute little smile. Such a cute little smile.
So cute. He really is.
Yeah. So is Olivia.
Oh yeah, I love both of them. Jelly Donuts, yes, we did. We're saying we're shutting the doors on Nam.
Just Nom, just give up. I like it's clearly just not working out.
It's
So
not.
just
Yeah, no, this is a power couple.
mhm.
I'll take them both at the same damn time.
Okay.
I'll be
All
by
right.
for a night.
Work.
They have the Emmy clips of oh my gosh, of her getting eliminated by TJ. If that's what you're saying, I will be going there. Because I don't know why they wouldn't show us that. I always love whenever we get a hope to see you never.
Yeah, it must have been really brutal.
But so they win. Turbo's out, and TJ says, "What is he?" He says something like, "We've got a." He's like, "I'm feeling real friendly, so here's a one of the best friends that the challenge has ever had." And I'm like,
Yeah. Jordan's like whole arc as a I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah, his arc is just like so complex and weird to me. I don't know.
Very.
It's just very I don't know. Yeah.
very, very weird.
I don't
And
know how to
it's
feel.
I don't know why. I'm very surprised that MTV even really wants to give him this like redemption arc. I mean, I'm very like normally it's if we cancel you, we're canceling you, but I don't know. I'm a little surprised to see it. Naya definitely helped him along the way with All Stars, or else he would never be showing back up. I don't think.
I just don't understand like it just seems I keep going back to it, but it just seems so rude to Tori. Like and it seems like MTV loves Tori because they have her doing the podcast and everything. So it's like,
Love
why
Tori.
if you love Tori, why hurt someone you love? Like that is like I don't know, but she I guess
Maybe they were showing her all that love just so they could give a big fuck you to her.
God.
I mean, I was at least happy to know that for once we're not getting a faked reaction from Tori, because normally she loves just no, she was actually
Yeah.
shocked.
Do they get to talk to their therapist while they're in their house? Do they have access to their therapist? Because they should.
Yes, I've definitely heard about. I don't know who said that they did, but yeah, I'm assuming it would be on the days where they filmed the like confessionals.
Yeah.
Is that those are their like other filming days?
I would hope that they would have access to that.
Jelly Donuts, I agree. I thought they were going to be covering it with them. Yeah,
That would have been much better.
I know. I agree. And I agree with that as well. I'm not no. I will say, maybe Tori's growing on me slightly. I don't know. It's the, I just don't see her as authentic, but I don't know. Maybe she's growing a little bit on me. We'll see. Mine's not made up on her yet. But did we see? We didn't see Anissa, did we? We only saw Jordan come in, right?
Correct. They didn't show Anissa. Probably because who knows if they were even planning on her being his partner at this point.
Well, Jordan did say on a podcast that he had gotten the call, I think 5 days before. And they told him that, we had to, like, due to whatever, we had to get rid of Anissa's partner. This is what we have. He was like, well, I'll take it.
How dare you?
How
dare you, Jordan?
But then he says,
How dare you?
He's like, well, you just haven't seen the friendship that me and Anissa have had on the past season. He's like, I've known her for like 10 years. I'm like, come on, no, don't give me that.
No, ma'am.
You know, I would have thought that Anissa would have been on a break. She can get away with anything.
What a reason to be on a break.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, Anissa. We just can't have you sticking fingers down people's mouths.
People's mouths being your own.
Keep your fingers to yourself.
Not the fingers. That's gross.
Yeah, it really is.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure she does. Something goes on this season with her too. She's a horny girl. Can't blame her, but consent is also sexy.
Blame her.
Consent is sexy though.
Jesus, Steven. I think we can blame her for some things.
Okay, we can blame her.
Yeah. Sucking fingers. we can blame her for that.
She was checking for cavities. She was. But that about comes to the end of the episode. Did you watch what happens next week? I don't know that I actually watched the part.
I don't remember watching the preview. I don't remember anything noteworthy of the preview for next week. But I did have a question for you. Yeah, we should talk about the Global Champ cast. But do you think that we are going to keep this same format the whole season? Like,
yes.
Do you think at some point they're going to have to switch partners switch?
I do know that much. They definitely do not. They don't switch partners. It's like a Rivals or
from the beginning
season.
to the end. They don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I like that so much more.
I do too. I was hopeful that was the case, but I could also have seen them trying to switch them up a little bit.
No, because I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten any confirmation about this at all, but it would not surprise me if that the winners get the option to split or take it all. That's why I'm thinking it's like ride or die, and having those pairs till the end. I could see that being the situation. Just knowing that knowing that they do keep the same partners.
I think they've made it very clear that they loved when Johnny took the money from Sarah. Like that moment in TV history is something that they love having. And they also love when Ashley took the money away from Hunter. So I definitely could see them doing that again. So here's the question. If that's the case, Johnny doesn't steal the money from Nany, does he?
No, there's no way he would.
No, there's at least 10%. There is a way. It's Johnny Bananas. You know that I don't think it's a non-zero for sure.
Okay, maybe not a zero.
I don't think he would, but I do think that he would think about it, and I do think there is a possibility that he would. I'll give you
I
think, but that'd be really interesting if that's the way it played out. That'd be crazy.
Jelly Donuts. I don't think that they're definitely not keeping the interrogation the same way, just because.
I could see them changing that.
Which I wonder what it would go to. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot. They can't keep that forever.
I also think that they should. I like when the last place team had to go in. I feel like I liked that element of it being in there, but
I like it too, to a degree, but I do like people to having to get blood on their hands. This is clear.
Yeah, I just think 4 is too many. Or if it's 4, then do 2 winners or something, or 3 winners. Bring back the Troika.
I did like the Troika. I like the Troika. Yeah, I would steal the money. I would.
I'm trying to think who my partner would be that I wouldn't steal the money from, and it's a very short list.
Okay, this is how I would.
It's a very short list.
Let's say I've been on the challenge, I was somewhat of a vet, maybe 5+ seasons. If I brought a friend on the show with me, it
Yeah.
would depend on how close of friends we really were. If I had like somebody who's played before, like a vet as my partner, still the money.
Yeah.
Because like Jelly Donut said, they're coworkers.
No,
Like-
even if I had like a close friend on with me, they would know how competitive and cutthroat I am, that they would be like, yeah, Doug would take the money, and they would accept the fact that I would take the money.
Yeah, it's
allow me to take your money or don't be my partner, basically.
Like Banana said when he stole from Sarah, like, is this friendship worth like a $250,000 friendship? No.
I do still feel for Sarah though.
I don't like Sarah, so I'm glad.
Who do you like, Steven? Jeez. The hate is strong.
I like Ashley. I like Amanda. I like the
You like Laurel.
I like Laurel. I like the women villains.
Okay.
I do like them.
You like Kara?
I do like Kara.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Okay.
And I love Marie. Shout out Marie.
All right.
I'll
You like it.
agree.
You like it messy. You like the messies. It's fine.
Like if we could get like the women from Vendettas and Final Reckoning, I would have a field day. That best cast.
I'm ready for things to get messier. I want things to get messy. Like now that Turbo's out of the house, where it's not like scary.
Yeah, like messy
let's
can get
transition
dangerous.
into just let's get a little bit messy. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But that about wraps it up. We will be back on Thursday to cover Wednesday night's episode. This was.
Are we gonna try to do 7 o'clock again around there?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
That sounds good.
And if you have not already smashed that like, go ahead and do that. And of course, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You can follow Couch Potato Queens on Twitter. It's Couch Potato QWNZ. Instagram, Couch Potato Queens. And Doug, where can everyone find you?
I am on Twitter and Instagram at dofurg. And you can find me there.
And you can just go ahead and just find me on Twitter at What's Really Good 1. I've got Amber as my profile photo. It's me.
We didn't even talk about Amber this week at all.
It's like if you don't have a confessional, it's like where I got nothing. There was a lot of people who did not get any confessionals.
I mean, yeah, I'm ready for the numbers to get down a little bit so that we can start seeing more people.
No Amber, no Fessy, no anal ice.
Yes, let's just end on that. No anal ice.
I really can't.
It gets me every time.
God. But that does it.
That does it.
We will see you guys on Thursday. Hope you guys enjoy Wednesday night's episode. Bye-bye.